Here's the Campbell-Hausfeld 1-gallon air compressor, and these were the accessories that came with it. I don't know if I actually made a point of showing it when I made the video, really. They give you a little tire chuck inflator thing. It's just a press-on kind of thing. And they give you this. This is plastic, the black part here. So I got a fitting for it. But I was stupid because I went to Harbor Freight to get this fitting, and I had forgotten that I was going to need yet another one for this. So now I got to go back. But that's okay, because then I'll get more free stuff. So this came with a little ball inflator. You see, it's like a needle inflator kind of thing. And it has the one hole in it there. And it also came with the blue and the red inflators here, if I can pick them up. They're different sizes. I just put Teflon on everything just because there's really no reason not to, even though it doesn't really matter if this leaks that much because it's not going to be under that kind of pressure. But that's not really the entire subject of this video. You see, I can't leave things well enough alone, and I'm curious as to what's under the hood. So I have the magical tool here, the Harbor Freight thing, along with, this is out of the bit set that I had featured in another video, but Harbor Freight sells it also. This is just right, just the right fit for that, I think, anyway. There's one of the bolts. I'll get the rest out and we'll pop the cover off. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is this little cord strain relief. I don't know how that really goes in there, and I think everything else is good. Let me take those screws out and we'll go from there. They're actually nuts and bolts. One of the nuts stayed behind, but I think everything else is clear, so I'm gonna just try to... That was too easy. Well, I guess it doesn't really go that far, but here is the inside. My goodness, you can see a lot of good stuff in here. Here's the motor. It's just a universal motor. It's got a fan at the end here to keep everything cool, which should turn. There it is here. And when you turn it, you can see everything else here goes. Now, I don't know which way this actually rotates when it's running, so I don't want to go and turn it the wrong way. Not that it matters really, but you can see the crank and all that kind of great stuff here. See, probably could have lubricated that a little better. I can't tell if that's a metal gear on the end of the motor there, but it's got an air hose, probably with that damn check valve that leaks on the other one. It's the same thing right there. And that is, of course, where the air is generated and goes in there. So the piston in this is rather small, but of course we expected that. And over in here, if I can get the damn cover, there we go, is the pressure switch that lets it know that it's full. So I have to find a way to get this. I think that'll do right there. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna run it with the cover off. We'll plug it in. We'll make sure the switch is on. We're clear. It's real tight there, as it would because of the compression. Ugh. I wonder if it actually doesn't really matter which way it runs, but anyway, that's the inner workings of it. This was, by the way, not really the greatest idea to run it open, because the fan is designed to pull air through the entire thing to cool off the head, which is getting... I don't want to keep my hand on it. And the hose is warm, quite warm. But, yeah. Oh, we can see the gear better. Yes, it is a metal gear at the end of the motor there. And that's it. That's what makes your air compressor work. So I think it's time to put the cover back on. Oh, but before I do, I also wanted to just mention that this has no fuse and no circuit breaker of any kind. Now, the motor may be thermally protected, but I don't know that. I actually have a spare motor out of my old Campbell-Hausfeld small compressor, which was actually larger than this, which is now serving as my, as the tank, at least, for my silent air compressor. But it uses a motor that's almost identical to this, a universal motor, and man, does that thing scream RPMs. Maybe I'll get a video of that one day. But this has no fuse and no circuit breaker, and like I was saying, the motor may be thermally protected, but there is no label on it, at least based on what my old one looks like. I can't tell with this housing in place, but there is no sticker on it that would definitely say that, so I don't know for certain. Alright, let's get the cover back on it. So she's all back together and of course works fine. We just took a peek under there, so nothing happened, but it was certainly fun taking a peek under the hood of that. One other thing, I don't want to make a separate video on it, but I figured I'd just mention, in this is one of those Harbor Freight Warrior drill bits that's on a hex shank like that. And I read in the reviews, a lot of people said that that's not even close to being centered and stuff like that. I didn't notice any appreciable walking of it or anything like that, but I did find a great use for this, because what happened was the little key fob for my car, you know, why would I actually have it with me here, but the plastic on it broke out, and I decided that I would just drill a hole through it, but I wanted to use a fine drill bit, and I was going to put a metal ring through it, and I didn't want anything with a lot of speed or a lot of torque or a big tool, so I just stuck it in this thing. And I think I'd made, when I made the review of this video, I actually showed this. And this is a great little tiny low-powered drill with these drill bits that allowed me to make that hole 1, 2, 3. It worked so well, I was absolutely amazed. Now, you are seeing walking in this as I run it, but you're seeing the walk here, actually. I don't see the bit itself not being centered in that. And I read other people would actually just slice them off, slice the hex parts off, and because, you know, it walks in the thing here, but they would actually just slice that off and just put it in a regular drill chuck, and the bits worked fine. But anyway, that was a look inside the Campbell-Hausfeld 1-gallon air compressor and a little bit of babbling bullshit that I figured I'd just throw in there. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.